70% of Canadians feel financially unwell, and yet everywhere you look online, someone's selling a $27 budgeting template, a debt-free planner, or some kind of miracle spreadsheet. But if these tools actually worked, wouldn't we all be rich by now? Let me show you why those tools aren't working and what will. Because if you're serious about getting out of the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle for good, this is where it starts. In this video, you'll learn why those fancy spreadsheets and money tools don't work long-term, what does actually help people get out of debt and stay out, and the first real step you can take today that actually moves the needle. Your debt is not even the real problem. The way you've been taught to fix it is. It's like going to a personal trainer and they just hand you a food journal but never ask what you're actually eating. That's what's happening with these financial experts. They're handing out tools like they're solutions, but they're not asking the right questions. They're selling you band-aids and calling it healing. Here's the thing about tools. They're like prescription glasses. They only work if they're made exactly for your eyes, but most of the stuff being sold online is generic. You use it and everything still feels blurry. Nothing actually changes. I've even seen this happen with financial advisors. I was teaching a group of them recently, and a few of them really smart, really well-meaning, were still doing the same thing, relying on templates, letting the tool create the plan. But those clients, they were still stuck, still in debt, still not saving or investing. And it finally hit me. If an advisor hasn't addressed their own money habits, they're like passing on those same blind spots to their clients. And when the plan fails, well, the client thinks it's their fault. That's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But that's what most people are doing with their money. Now, I'm not anti-tools. They can help, but they can't change your behavior. They just reflect it. A spreadsheet can show you where your money's going, but it can't tell you why you keep going over budget when you're stressed, or why you feel guilty every time you spend on yourself, or why you even feel broke even when the math says you shouldn't. You don't need another app. You need awareness. That's the real work. And most people skip it because it's hard, it's uncomfortable. But that's the work that gets you out of the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle for good. That's the work that sticks. Tools can work, but only when guided by someone who knows what to look for, like a therapist who uses journaling or a coach who watches a tape. The tool alone doesn't heal. You're not a template. You're not a formula. You're not a budget line. And yet most financial advice treats you like you are. They plug your numbers into a one-size-fits-all plan and expect it to work. But if the plan doesn't reflect your real life, your values, your habits, your money story, it's just math. And math doesn't change people. What does? A plan that actually fits you. One you can stick to. One that reflects your version of success. You don't need a new tool. You need a new lens. And that's why the next step isn't downloading another cute printable or syncing your bank account to another app. If this video helped you see why tools aren't the fix, then you're ready for the next step. Because even if you do manage to pay off the debt, that alone won't build you the future you want. Most people try to save their way to retirement, but Gen X, we're running out of time, and it's going to take more than just cutting expenses. Watch the next Why You Can't Save Your Way to a Comfortable Retirement. It'll show you how to shift from survival mode to wealth building, even if you're starting late.